My mind on my money, and my money on my mind. I ain't wasting no time. If you wanna go get it, hey niggas, do you slime? Dad, do you slime? I'm tired of waiting, don't waiting in line. I gotta shine. Don't these snake ass niggas. They go give me line, go give me line. My mind on my money, and my money on my mind. I ain't wasting no time. If you wanna go get it, hey niggas, do you slime? Dad, do you slime? I'm tired of waiting, don't waiting in line. I gotta shine. Don't these snake ass niggas. They go get you line, go get you line.
Don't these snake ass niggas, don't these fake ass niggas. Nah, I can't hang with niggas, never gonna change on niggas. I'ma let it rain on niggas. My mind on that money, I'm chasing that chain, keeping it real and I'm never.
Alright y'all, welcome back to Just Business Interviews. We got a special feature today. We got Mook, the co-host, and we got Bria, aka SheTheBomb.com. Already know. Say no. So Bria, let's get into it. Like, how you been?
I've been good. I'm over this corona stuff.
You over the corona?
Tired of being in the house, but it's helping me like practice on things that I was planning on doing anyway. So other than that, I'm good. Eating up everything.
I know you cook. You got the you be cooking. I know I asked you to cook. You said you don't like cooking, but you gotta cook it. So it kind of
is. So in 2017, I believe I started making dinners, and I don't do it no more. Multiple reasons, but mainly like you said, because I don't like cooking. I don't like a lot of cooking. I like cooking for like myself and my mom, but I don't like making a whole bunch of food. And then two, I was doing everything by myself, like prepping the food, buying the food, cooking the food, and then like putting it in each container. Like everybody was getting different stuff. So it just became like overwhelming. And it was like my only option was to keep doing it and be stressed, or to like hire somebody to help me.
To hire me and move? I ain't cooking shit. I don't know how to cook anything.
Well, I was really just gonna need people to like help package it. No, package it. Like I was gonna do the prepping and the cooking, but just packaging it, because I'm having to do that. Like certain things cook faster. It was just too much. So it was like to either hire somebody else, but then I would have to break bread with them for my stuff. Like I just needed to do this little piece. Like I wasn't gonna have nobody doing everything. So it was just a lot to consider. So I was just like, I'm gonna give this a break, and I get harassed every day.
I know.
But it's too much.
Yeah,
So
most definitely.
that's the only thing with the food.
Oh yeah. So how did you come up with the brand name like Bombe, like SheTheBomb? Like what was that?
Okay, I get asked that every time too. I don't know where SheTheBomb came from, and it's funny because like if you go on Instagram, you can put up like all the names your Instagram ever been, like everything. And I had so many crazy names, and then for some reason the SheTheBomb one stuck out. I really don't know where it came from. People be asking me, did it come from the Go-Go song? Shorty, SheTheBomb, but it didn't come from that. Like it did not come from that. And I think it really just came by, when people compliment you, like, girl, you look bomb. Yeah. Like, I think it came from that, and then I was just like, SheTheBomb. So it's been my name for the longest. That's where that came from. And Bombe came from SheTheBomb, but I had looked up French, how to say it in French. And it was, I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing it how they pronounce it, but I just came up with Bombe. And it just stuck with me, and people call me that more than they call me my real name. So
I'm not gonna lie, I just learned the real name
because of me, and I was like real heartbroken. She's like, yeah, Bria pulling what? I said Bria.
She said, wait, hold up.
Yeah, like I'm the only person that calls her Bria. Calm down, calm your tits.
So let's tap into Bria when she was younger. Let's talk about that. Let's go from the start when you was young in like elementary school, middle school, high school. Let's talk about that.
Okay, so I'm the only child by my mom, so I'm very spoiled.
Yep.
Spoiled, rotten, sad. But I had a great childhood. Like I didn't want for anything. Like, and I'm not saying it to brag, but I'm just saying it like, one thing I'm happy about doing this interview is because a lot of people when they do interviews, they say the same thing that the next person's saying about how it was so hard for them, like how they didn't have supporters and stuff like that. My life was the complete opposite. Like I always had people who believed in me, invested in me, family, friends, strangers. I didn't go through feeling like I wasn't good enough. And I feel like we so used to hearing stories about people who had to go through stuff when we look at people who didn't have to, it's like eye-opening. Like, everybody don't have to struggle. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about, because, like, I didn't have to struggle, and it's possible. If people say, like, I want better for my kids, it's possible. You just got to believe in them. So growing up, I was well liked. Of course, I had little haters here and there, but I was never, like, in fights and drama and stuff like that. I've always been the cool, popular girl. Like, that was just me. And I have friends from, like, elementary school. Like, we're still close. So it's just, like, that just shows that, like, I'm a great person because I kept friends for years. And, like, growing up, high school, same, college, same. So, like, I just really been the same my entire life. Like, happy and hustling.
What college you went to?
I went to Morgan State University.
Okay.
No, for 2 years, and I hated it.
Oh, wow.
Why? Right.
I went to Morgan by default, so that was the main thing. I had applied to like 13 schools, got accepted to all of them, but I was really supposed to go to SCAD in Georgia for architecture.
Okay. Oh, so like a building.
That's why I graduated from Phelps High School, so I took up architecture my junior and senior year, and then I went to Morgan. But like, I was supposed to go to SCAD, but it was a private school. So just at the time, like, I had to do what was like beneficial. So I settled for Morgan freshman week. Supposed to be moving in. And I was like, I'm going to just go. So I went there, and I just hated it. Like, every day I was just reminded that I never was supposed to be here. I don't want to be here. Then, like, I always been a straight A student. But when I got to Morgan, my first year was good. My second year, I really didn't care. I was barely, like, trying to go to class. So I was like, I'm just going to go home. I took a year off, and then I applied to Bowie. And I went to Bowie for a semester for graphic design.
Okay.
I didn't finish because, again, financial stuff. So at the time, I was working like 2 jobs, and I was a full-time student. So I was just like, I'm stressed out. So I was like, I'm just going to drop out again. And I dropped out, but I do graphic design on my own, and I don't need a degree.
You too.
So.
It's a new college.
Yeah, so everything technology, like, I just taught myself. So.
Would you say, like, you need a degree to get to a certain level in life, or no?
No. I know a lot of people who are super successful, not even just rich, but successful, and then don't have a degree. And I know people who have degrees and
stuck
or struggling, or just not doing what they even went to school for. So it's just like, I'm not one of the people who pushes college, because clearly I didn't push it on myself. Like, if it ain't for you, it's just not for you.
Hell yeah. So between all the business ventures that you have, between like, I know you model, you say you don't really like to cook, but you cook, you graphic design, what was the first thing that you started?
First thing would be actually, what was the first thing? I started modeling first, I believe. And the thing about modeling, I'm going to clear this up. I never wanted to be a model. I still don't want to be a model. It's people are so shocked to hear that, but literally, like, I had a manager when I first started. Her name was Raquel. And she used to just write me on Instagram, like, you should model. You have the face for it. You have the body for it. And I'm like, no, thank you. So literally, like, every couple of months, she'll DM me and like, did you think about it yet? I think I was telling her, like, I'll think about it, but I never thought about it. So after like almost 2 years of her just keep DMing me, I'm just like, let me just see. So she was like, okay, I'm going to schedule a photo shoot for you, da-da-da-da-da. And I did it. I was nervous, but I'm like, I'm used to taking all these pictures. Like, that's where most of my followers came from, because, like, I used to thirst trap y'all. So, but for real, like, that's what my page has always been public. I never had my Instagram private unless I was trying to, like, see how many followers I can go, get in a day. And then I'll unfollow. Unfollow. No, unprivate.
That's what she do.
Then I'll unprivate my page to accept them all. But for the most part, my page has always been public. And I used to just post little pictures like, before everybody was getting on Instagram, I used to just use Instagram for the filters for my Twitter. So like people wasn't on Instagram how we used to be. Like people, we used to just use it as a filter. And
like
then people
Snapchat.
But we did the opposite with Snapchat. We started off being on it, then we just used it for the filters.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I always had little followers. Like I'm pretty sure half of them followers is dead. Like old people, like it's no, not like that.
Yo, you're wild.
No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying I had this for so long, and like people probably gone. So it's like people be like, why? You got 68,000 followers and only got 50 views. I'm like, half of these people don't even have access to this account no more. So like the followers didn't go away. They just went away or whatever the case is. Or for instance, people make 50 million new pages. Like all their accounts still follow me even if they don't have access to it. So that's where most of the followers come from. So I just be like,
they hate it. The fuck?
I don't got time. But what else talking about? Oh, I was talking about how I started modeling, and then I did my first shoot. I liked it, and then I did another one with Larice Paint. She known for the body paint and stuff like that. I started with her. That was the only shoot I've paid for because I just started out and I wanted the body paint. And she's from Baltimore or lived in Baltimore, and she came to me, so I had basically like paid for travel fee and stuff like that. So I think that shoot was like, this is fun. And like, if you don't know me, I love being naked. So
yes, you do.
It was just so free. I'm like, I get the pose.
Yes, you do.
I'm like, I get the pose, but still be cute. Like, it's covered up, and it had like my name, had Bombe and stuff like that. So I started to like it. But then when I started realizing like modeling is a job. It's not even just about taking pictures or being in these little rappers' videos. It's like a job, like shoot, and I don't want to do all of that. So like I still don't want to be a model. I do it here and there. Like I turn down shoots all the time.
Okay, so you have all these business ventures, right? And don't want to do none of them.
I didn't say that.
You don't like to cook. You don't like to model. So what do you like to do?
I like to do nails. I was gonna get on that.
Okay.
So I've been doing nails. So my mom had reminded me when I was on my way here and was like talk about it. So when I was like 5. And I used to go to my grandmother's house, and I used to polish my aunt's feet. And if you know me now, I have a huge foot phobia. No, I hate feet.
I love her feet. She got the prettiest toes.
I hate feet. But my mother didn't send me anywhere without money. But I used to polish my aunt's feet, and they were not the cutest feet. They weren't cute at all. Like my family used to be like, "Don't touch her feet." And I used to be like, "I want my $. So my mom was like, "Bring that up because you always been a hustler. Like you already had money. You had more than that $, but you polishing these feet for $4." So I've always been into the nail business, but I never took it serious. And it was like within the last year or so, I was like, I love getting my nails done, and I'm like very artistic. So I was just like, I just want to do the nails, so I became very passionate about it. I taught myself. So that's probably the only one I enjoy doing in bartending. I don't drink, but I love getting people drunk.
Okay, that room part.
I love bartending. That's one thing I'm sad about this corona. I miss going to the bar and whipping up, getting you drunk.
Got me twerking and shit.
You like twerking.
I love twerking. So the nails that you have on right now, did you do them?
Yes.
For real? Oh, let me see. I'm
So
gonna
you
get
can
mine done. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get y'all nice little manicures.
What about feet? You said do that? I got $1.
So I'm trying to.
You got $1.
We gonna have
prices went up.
Prices go all the way up. I don't even think it's no price you can give me. It's like no, but like I'm in nail school now, and like we haven't gotten to pedicures yet, but y'all, I'm dreading it because she was like, we're gonna have to practice on each other.
Oh no.
And it's just like
people got fungus.
And I did my mom's nails like 2 weeks ago, and I did her feet. And you know how you making the face, but you don't really think you making the face. So I was like,
Oh yeah, you gotta work on that.
So she was like, she was watching me the whole time, but didn't want to laugh because she knew I wasn't going to do her feet. But like, I had the gloves on, the mask, and everything. Like, it's not even because of Corona. Like, I don't even like baby feet, y'all.
What?
So it's just like,
you tripping.
I don't like feet. And it's not because I think they dirty or clean or whatever the case may be. I just don't like feet. But I'm gonna try to push through because I know like a lot of
male give you boyfriend.
you want that weekend. No, I'm gonna try to push through and do pedicures because like me, I don't want to go to 50 million salons to get everything done. So like you might as well come to me, get your nails done, your feet done, and I'm gonna try to do some, eyebrow waxing.
For real, please.
Yeah, but I still gotta go to school for that, just to do the eyebrows.
You gotta go to school to do
any type of waxing.
Yeah,
any type of waxing I got.
But you do know how to do waxing though, right?
I wax myself.
She be trying to do it all.
I do it all. Look, this
all.
quarantine make you learn some things. I was in there making the wax and top bags up. Cause you just but I don't want to do that to other people because I don't know how to. I make faces.
Your shit stank.
Why you like that?
Why your lips so long?
Stop. We're not doing that.
Alright, yeah. Alright.
So out of all your business ventures, like you would say the nails is the most, like the one you're passionate about the most?
Nails and bartending, they neck and neck. I love both of them.
Why you like bartending?
I just like making drinks, and that's another thing. When I make these drinks, for the most part, I don't even taste them before I give them out. I just wait.
Really don't.
I really just wait till somebody be like, "Oh, I don't like that." And since I've been bartending for like the last 2 years, I've only had about 3 people to return my drinks. Like, I don't like that, or it was the wrong thing. Cause we learned like 150 drinks in bartending school. I remember like 3. So it's just like that's probably the ones I got wrong. They probably asked for something that people don't really ask for, and I don't know how to make it, so I just threw something together. And they be like, I don't like that. So then once they sit down, like I ain't gonna keep making it. I'm gonna just tell somebody who do know how to make it to do that. But bartending, it's just fun. I like watching people get drunk.
You really start buying drinks when they get drunk.
And people, when they drunk, they tip so good.
Oh, God, you
like I remember I had this customer, he just was getting a whole bunch of Red Bulls, and he tipped me like $50, and I'm just like, he didn't even get drinks. So I'm just like, when they drunk, they don't know no better, or they just don't care.
They don't give a fuck.
They rich.
Can we cuss?
Yeah.
So he was cussing?
Oh, okay. I didn't know what type of interview this was.
I mean,
he was cussing?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I said, I just keep it raw, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, raw. I like that, raw.
Wait, what is going on?
Raw. I like that. You feel what I'm saying?
What's going on?
I don't know.
What's going on? Oh, I don't know. We not worried about that.
No, I was trying to see about cursing.
Oh,
so it won't be bleep, 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 bleep.
Oh, no. It's raw. It's too raw. It's too raw.
Okay. You don't cut nothing out.
No, hell no.
All right, okay.
Yeah, hell yeah. So what would you say is the most like pivotal point in your life that made you change?
I didn't change.
You've been the same.
You've been the same since
I said that when y'all asked about the younger me. I didn't change. I mean, I grew and got smarter and wiser, but I never changed who I was or how I acted.
That's good.
I've always been like this.
Original. Like, I like that. You don't get too many people like that. Down here, at least. There's people down here fake as fuck. Fake. Don't look at me like that. I'm pretty sure y'all all can relate. But I have not ever, like, got into it with Bria. Like, as long as I know Bria. And it hasn't been that long. But it's been maybe like a few years. Maybe like 2 years. I've never, like, she's never switched up on me. Like, she would go on me when she got to. But she's never.
When she drunk and she
she hates when I get drunk because she be like, Mook, like, shut the fuck up.
Don't be telling her I be cursing at you.
I remember when she like lost her jacket or something at pieces.
Oh yeah, she had a big attitude. She was like, Mook, for real.
I'm ready to fucking go, but how the fuck?
I think it had got wet or something.
Yeah, it did get wet. Cause I be drunk. You make my drinks
She
like
mad. She
I got it. Like I think I spilled something on her jacket, and that was that. But that's my baby. Like I'm gonna keep telling y'all that this is my baby, and I want smoke behind the bar. Yeah.
So what keeps you going? What motivates you in life?
I would say what gives me the biggest motivation is my followers, because I don't post everything, but I post certain ones that I really feel like other people should see. But I get messages daily from strangers who just vent or just tell me how they look up to me. Like, I had one girl who she messaged me and was just like, you don't know how much you and your mom's relationship has helped me and my mom. Like, she wasn't talking to her mom.
Wow.
And she was like, seeing y'all relationship made me want to talk to my mom. And she was like, now we're cooking together and doing stuff. So when I seen that, I'm just like, you just never know what people paying attention to.
Right.
Like, I didn't realize that me posting all me and my mom's little favorite, little funny moments or text messages and stuff like that, how much it made people... how much it impacted other people. And when she told me that, I showed it to my mom, and then we both posted it on Facebook and stuff. And it was just like, that gives me the most motivation, because people just tell me things. Like, I have people who tell me stuff like, you don't know me from a can of paint, you should have never told me that. But the fact that people can look at me and be like, she don't look like she's going to say nothing or do anything harmful, because my first thing is, you text me, can I ask you something, or I need advice? Well, what if they don't say the advice? If they just say, can I talk to you? My first response is, are you talking to me just to vent, or are you talking to me for me to reply? Because I'm the friend that's going to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not. Right. So, like, if you don't want me to reply...
Are you looking at me, Lloyd?
If you don't want me to reply, then... not if you don't want me to reply. If you don't want me to say something that you're not ready to hear, then you don't want me to reply, because I'm going to tell you you were wrong, or this, that, and the third. So most of my relationships, like even what you saying, like we never had no falling out. Like, all my friends can tell you at least once I done told them about themselves. And I expect them to hold me to the same, accountability. Like, if I'm wrong, tell me, because the ones who don't tell you, who kiki with you thinking that it's cute or that it's right, they need help too. So, that gives me the
probably not even your friend for real, like.
That too. So that'll give me the most motivation, my followers. And then secondly, like all the people that I have lost, they will give me motivation too, because it's like I always tweet, I wish they can witness me. And like my mom, it's funny because you know how we always be like, they looking down on you, or they proud of you. And my mom was like, they're dead, they're not. And when she said it like that, no, she wasn't saying it like that. When she said it, it was just like, we can't keep saying we doing it for them, because we should have been doing it for ourselves before they were gone. So don't try to like use them as the reason why, but at the same time, you know what you got to do for yourself. Have faith in yourself. So like the people I lost plays a part in that too, because most of them knew, if they were, depending on when they passed and stuff, they may have known some of the visions that I had, or I probably talked to them about it. So when I just used them as like, I told them I had to do something that I need to really do it, fulfill, push through. So that's what motivates me to, just basically them two things.
So do you have a role model in life? Like anybody that you like would say you look up to or take advice from, or like a specific person that like really motivates you?
I don't have a role model. I don't. I don't have a role model. I just know the type of person that I want to be.
You never looked at somebody and was like, damn,
damn, that's right. No actress.
She the bomb.
She the bomb.
Yeah,
no,
that's not why.
That's why.
No, that's not why.
She might not be able to relate.
Yeah, some people don't have role models.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Like, I probably don't feel like I can fully relate to somebody. Like I said, everybody's story is different. But I've never had a role model. Okay. I would say my mom, but I also, like I said, I don't want to be her. I want to be a better me, but I don't want to be her. Right. And not saying she was a bad person, because she wasn't at all, but I don't want to be that person when I grow up. I want to be me when I grow up. So that's why I don't have a role model.
Hell yeah. Okay. So speaking on your mom and yourself, your relationship, how is that? Because a lot of people who are really not close to their moms or parents in general. So like, can you just give a little background about like if y'all close, how was that?
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Everybody knows that's my girl.
I'm not close to my mom at all.
Everyone knows that's my girl. So me and my mom's relationship is the best to me, but me and my dad, we don't have one at all. So it's like, it's not like it's all cookies and cream over here. It's just like, that's what it is. And one thing I can always say about my mom, even from being younger, one thing I always realized was she wasn't picking up the slack from him. She was doing what she was going to do regardless.
Right. Okay.
So I never grew up wishing I had my dad. I really didn't.
Okay, that's what's
Okay.
up.
And it's because I had 2 great father figures in my life, so I never felt like I was missing out.
Okay.
But also, like I said, because I didn't feel like she was doing anything extra to try to make up for what he wasn't doing. She was going to do that regardless. So I don't know. Me and my mom be tight, but me and my dad never. So
And it's always been that way?
always
Okay.
since I was 1.
Since you was what?
Since I was 1.
What?
Is
Since
there
you
a
was
month?
what?
Is there a month?
1. Since I was 1. It's been
Years
that-
old?
Yeah.
What about before then?
I don't remember.
You remember when you was 1?
You just said it's always been that way. I said yes. I remember.
Oh, okay.
I remember before.
Okay.
What is something that your mom told you that always stuck in your head?
She told me a lot, y'all. I don't know.
Like the best advice she has given you.
Well, she always tell me whatever makes me happy. And it sounds small, but it really means a lot. Like, basically, you have my full support, whether you out here doing X, Y, and Z. Well, not X, Y, and Z, because if I'm doing bad, of course, you're not going to support that. But anything dreams-wise, like, if I say I want to do this, I can say I want to sell ice cubes. My mother would be like, all right, I'm going to get you an ice maker.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
So it's like,
I need to meet your mom. She accepted adoption.
No,
Second.
I'm not giving
is
up that
amazing,
one. I'm not
bro.
giving up that one. But that would probably be the best advice. Whatever makes me happy, because she's 10 toes behind me every step of the way. Like, whether she investing or she just giving me encouragement. She never, like I said, I've never had nobody tell me you won't be something or you can't do this. Everybody always like, okay, what you need from me? Like, if you just need me to repost it or you just need me to tell it, then I got you. So that would probably be my best
I got
advice.
you. Always.
So tell me about like the lowest point in your life and how you got out of it.
I had 2 lowest points.
Alright, so we can talk about
So the first one was when I was in Morgan. I was so depressed. I was so depressed. I really hated it. I already talked about that, but that was like one of the lowest points. Because like I said, I was straight A student. So when I got to Morgan, I'm like, my grades was slipping. I knew it was because of me, but it was just like, this is not who I am. And I realized that, and I remember texting my mom, like, I think I'm just done. And I was just finding myself very depressed. Like, I was in my room. I didn't really, interact with nobody. So I was just depressed. When I came back home, I was back happy, and it was lit. And then the second one would be, I feel like I got 3 now.
Well,
Okay,
we
we
got
got
3.
three.
We got
We got
3.
three. So second one.
No, it's just 2. All right, so the second one, as most people would know, I lost Piera, Big 28. That would be the second one because in the very beginning, I felt myself like wanting to give up. So, I told a few people about this because I had to tell my friends and stuff. But I remember when I was coming from Miami in September, so it was a couple of weeks after he had died, and I remember I was on a plane coming back because I had stayed down 2 days later after everybody else had left because I just was like, I need some space, since this happened. Everybody been coming to visit me, or I've been around people, so we was only there for a weekend for a bachelorette party. Everybody left that Sunday or that Monday, and I stayed until Wednesday. So I had them 2 days to just be by myself. This process, I remember I was writing a journal. So I was writing letters, and how they be writing on movies. They would write the letter and they put it in the water. So I had did that. I was out there for a little minute, just writing, and said everything I had to say, and then I put it in the water, and then I felt like I was good. But then I got on the plane, and on my way home, I was just like, I don't even care if this plane crashed right now. And that's when I knew I had hit the lowest to the low, because I've never like wished death on myself or wanted to give up like, oh, I can die. But I remember I was just like, this plane could crash. So like I didn't even tell like my friends that I was on my way home. Like I didn't want nobody like, you know, I'm safe travels. Like I just kind of didn't care. So I was like, I'm gonna go to sleep. So I went to sleep. And I just heard his voice in my dream, and I woke up. And if like people remember, I had posted the clouds, and it had spelled his name. And it was just like in my dream when I heard him, I just heard him saying my name, like trying to wake me up. And when I woke up, I'm like, you know, look, I don't know why I looked out the window, like I can see where I'm at, but I looked out the window and I seen his name. So I was taking pictures of it and like recording it. And like, I'm so stupid. I'm texting people. I'm like, they're not gonna probably get this yet. So when it landed, people, I remember how I texted. I didn't even say what it was. I was just like, do y'all see what I see? And they was like, that looked like a P. And then I'm like, look at it carefully. And then people was telling me, like, I didn't want to say it because, you know, people be like, yeah, I saw it. And they ain't really see it. So I had let people like, do you see what I see? And I remember my brother Vegas. He was like, did I say my man name? And I'm like, yeah, bro, I thought I was tripping. He like, nah, I see it. So I posted on Instagram. You know, people saw it. People was like outlining it to show. And a lot of people don't know, like, I lost a lot of people since 2012. I lost people back to back. And they were all people I was close to. It wasn't even like, it was just people that I knew of. Like, they were all people that I was close to. So when P died, my mom was like, you're going to therapy. And I want to talk about therapy because people look at therapy like that's for crazy people. Well, call me crazy because I needed it and it helped me. And I say that because people do always say it's crazy, but a lot of people don't know, like, that therapy, it helped me. You could tell me this, y'all could tell me the same thing, but something about that therapist telling me, it was just like, and like when I went, I'm not very open about anything in my life for real. But when I went, I just felt so safe to tell him everything. And it was just like little stuff. And he was just like, you know why that happened? And he'll tell me. And I'll be like, oh. And he used to give me like little homework and stuff. So he was like, when you feel this way, write down something or something like that. And it helped me figure out what triggers my depression.
Okay, that's good. So
nobody was able to like break that down to me until I went to him. So I definitely recommend therapy because it helped me get out of that lowest point. And I haven't been since, and it's been like a year since I stopped going to therapy.
I got a question. So what was you guys' relationship before he passed?
Okay, so to clear it up, we were never boyfriend and girlfriend. And I say that because I've never been in a relationship. I've been in situationships. So we never said, oh yeah, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. We was just, you mine, I'm yours, but to each his own.
Right.
But like, that was our relationship. And like right before he passed away, we were not on good terms. Wow. We had just blocked he blocked me. We had got into it a week before he had passed away, and he had me blocked. And so I hadn't talked to him for a week since before he died. So we weren't on the best of terms that week. But it's crazy because I remember he had me blocked. Like, he was famous for blocking me. He'll text me like, I love you. And in the midst of me trying to text like, I love you too, I'm blocked, y'all. Like, he was petty. But I was about to call him off my work phone. But I'm real prideful. So I'm like, I ain't about to have this nigga think I'm pressed. Like, that's how I was feeling. And I was real mad because I ain't called. And then, that night he had passed away. So I was just like, damn. But before that week, we was on good terms. It was just that week.
Damn, so you didn't talk to him?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
From that Sunday to that Saturday to that Sunday, I hadn't talked to him.
Wow. Damn.
So what helped you get out of it besides therapy?
Being around genuine people. And it's funny I say genuine because if you know P, he's always like, be genuine. That was his thing. So one thing I can say, like, I knew of some of P friends before he passed. Well, a lot of them, but not as many as I know now. And it was just, like, so amazing how they pulled through for me. Like, we all was there for each other. And even if we not gathering for him, just you know, being around each other, just working out, you know, stuff like that. And it helped me to realize, like, we all, you know, hurt and we all missing the same person, but we all dealing with it different, and we helped each other deal with it without even realizing it. Right. So that, and like all of my businesses, I'm just like, I got to put more effort to be proud of myself, because when I leave, I want people to remember me. Like, everybody know P as the bike life nigga. So it's just like, what's gonna be my mark when I leave? Is it that I was like the best nail tech, or I was the best bartender who be doing X, Y, and Z? Like, I need to leave a mark like he left a mark. So that was like another motivation in my businesses.
So what is that mark you want to leave?
I don't know. Because it's like people say so many good things, so it's just like the list would just go on. But it's crazy. I probably would that I was genuine. Like, I was genuine. I was the same me from beginning to start. I didn't change. I didn't change up on nobody. I didn't change up on myself. If anything, I just added to it, but I never changed. So I want that to be something like, you don't have to change to make other people happy. Right. So maybe that would be something I want to leave. Like, I was always myself, always real.
Oh yeah. So when it comes to modeling, how do you present like yourself? Like, how do you show like your character? Cause I don't like taking pictures. Like, it's really hard for me.
After a while, I get a little shy. Yeah, and like I'll run out of poses quick, so then I'll be like, okay, now what to do. But as far as modeling, I work with some bomb photographers. So I never, like you said, was asking earlier, like I never had no interactions with creepy photographers and stuff like that. Everybody has always been real cool. Like, I'm called a couple of them my brothers and stuff like that. If I need them, Mook, if I need you, can you do this for me? So it's just like with the modeling thing, I just feel free. Like, I do it my way. And that's why, like, I don't get irritated because I don't call myself that. But when people are like Instagram models, like, you have to do what's best for you. Like, people don't know I be making money off Instagram, but my pictures, I'm tagging people, I'm sending it, I'm promoting it around to other people, and I'm getting paid opportunities. Or people just sending me clothes just so I can, like, I don't like runway at all. I don't like runway modeling. I like to just take the pictures. So I just let my pictures have a meaning. So what's the purpose of me shooting it? I don't want to just take I don't just want to take a whole bunch of pictures. Like, what's the meaning behind the shoot? Right. Yeah. So I just figure out a way to try to relate with the modeling. And I had gave a workshop, was it last year? I made like a modeling workshop. I had like 8 girls who want to be models. I set up a photo shoot for them. I had like 5 stylists, 2 makeup artists. My brothers, who I was just talking about, they were shooting behind the scenes and the actual photos. And I just gave people like my background on modeling. And I picked, designer and stuff. So it's cool with that because it was all their first time modeling. And some of those pictures ended up being on some of the stylists' websites. So now they look like, they look lit because they promoting the people, and it was their first photo shoot. So that just made me feel good because, like, so many people like, I can't wait to come to the next one. Yeah. Like, you got me on websites and people ordering the shirt that I had on. It's sold out because this, that, and the third. So stuff like that with the modeling, that's what I think I like more, helping the other people. But also with that, nobody taught me. So like my biggest thing is people always asking me to teach them how to do stuff, or can I give them the shortcut? And my thing is, I didn't ask for no shortcuts. Yep. Google and YouTube tell you everything. Yep. So do the work that I did. Like, I'm not about to give out no handouts. Like, you gonna have to work for it like I did.
Okay. So can you explain like the difference between like being an Instagram model and then being like a runway model?
I mean, I can't because I've never been a runway model. I did a couple of fashion shows, like little local ones, but I didn't like it.
My baby is not an Instagram model. First of all, she's a fucking model.
I don't care if you can call me an Instagram model because Instagram makes me money.
But you're not an Instagram model.
What is an Instagram model though? Just because you're taking pictures on Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay, but H&M on their Instagram, those same models that's on websites is on Instagram.
But that's not an Instagram model. They're actually models. Like, they're on websites. They're in newspapers.
Okay, so I'm on websites and newspapers.
So that doesn't make her an Instagram model. That makes her a model. She's a legit model. Instagram models are not
people that take good pictures on Instagram.
Yeah, they're like fake quote unquote influencers, or like you know what I'm saying? Like, There's a difference. Trust me, it's a difference. It's a difference. They don't have as much, they don't get as much credit as real models do. Like, that's my opinion. You can't, I'm an Instagram rapper. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you hear me? Like, it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you doing it for the gram, but she's doing it in real life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't play my baby.
She's like crazy.
Okay, so what advice can you give, like, models? Like, because there are creepy photographers out there. So how,
Number one advice, always bring a friend.
Okay.
Like, always bring a friend to everything. Friend, family member, always, never go by yourself.
Okay.
Only time I've ever gone by myself is, like I said, for the most part, I've shot with my brothers. So, they're cool, but even with those, sometimes I still have somebody with me. Because for one, you want somebody to take your good little BTS. So you need that person. You need some. And one thing I've been saying too, like a lot of photographers, I don't know if it's always been like that, but a lot of photographers do not oil down their models. So because they don't want to deal with, sexual harassment and stuff like that. So that's another reason why you need your person, so they can oil you down. They take your BTS. Safety reasons, you by yourself or two of y'all with him, whatever, her, because the female too. But, not you thing.
Okay, I was like, not the shit.
Not you thing. I'm just saying in real life, it's both. So, always have someone with you. Be confident, because if you aren't confident, if you are shy, it shows on camera. Like, you nervous, you want to tense up. So all your pictures gonna be stuck. You're gonna be looking stiff. You're gonna show your face gonna be resting bitch face. You're gonna be looking like you're giving that, and the whole time you just dealing with anxiety. So be confident, have someone with you, and don't be afraid to say that you're not gonna do something, because there's a lot of photographers who be trying to get me to do stuff, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. Some people feel like, especially when they first starting off, that they have to do everything or take every opportunity, and you don't. Know when to say no.
Boundaries.
If you're not comfortable, don't do it. Leave.
And that also will make a photographer like respect you more, because they see what you tolerate. Like they would try.
I know it's some girls who do whatever for a free shoot. And it's just not worth it at all.
Like, the pictures edited at these. So
people are crazy out here. You gotta protect yourself at all times.
I don't know what the people is.
I don't know what the people is. She just know what she is.
Pretty much. I'm different.
She the wrong
You feel me?
Plain simple.
So I think those the main three.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So when it comes to like your business ventures, like what will be some advice for like some young females trying to get into the like entrepreneur like lane? What would be some advice to give to them?
My advice would be to them. I just posted this on Instagram because it's a post going around saying like, a lot of y'all just starting businesses just because.
I see that.
And this is the thing. I'm gonna speak on my own experience with that. So, like I said with the modeling, I'm not passionate about it, so I don't really push for that. If I was really serious, I'd be posting book me for this every day. Somebody book me. No, I'm not passionate about it, so I don't put that forward. But as far as like the businesses, like I've seen a lot of people like, I'm about to start making this, I'm about to start doing this, and I feel like it really is a trend. People are just doing it because they see it's quick money or it's their business type thing. If you're not passionate about it, it's not going to succeed. And I'm going to use one of us for example. Everybody know I launched my hair line on my birthday, which was in February. I'm not 100% passionate about that. I have not posted a hair flyer since I launched.
I took pictures for no reason. For no reason.
No, it's still to put together on the website, but I'm not super passionate about that. So I came up with a plan on how I'm going to put that one back forward. But I'm working on being passionate. And if you're just doing it for the quick money or because you see everybody else doing it, it's not going to succeed because you're not passionate about it.
So why did you start it?
With the hair business?
Yes.
I started it because I wanted to sell something. I didn't want to sell clothes and I didn't want to sell jewelry. I wanted to sell something that I get all the time. I always get hair. So I was like, I'm going to invest in the hair business. And that's what I did. I researched for months, but like I said, I wasn't passionate about it. So it kind of flopped because if I was passionate about it, I would have been still going hard, and I really haven't. So, and a part of it was because of the corona, because I knew how shipping and stuff was going to be, and I don't have the hair on hand yet.
Right.
So, it was, so it was just like...
Black people said Rona.
The corona. So, I stopped there. I was just like, I'm gonna wait until maybe I get my suite, and then I'll have hair on hand. That way people can pick it up, because a lot of people didn't want to deal with the shipping and stuff.
So, when it comes to hair, like, what can you do?
Nothing.
What? So you're just selling the product?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just selling the hair, but I was partnering up with a couple of hairstylists from the area, and I was going to have it like on my website, where if you purchase the hair from me, you can book a you book your install with the options, because you can pick which ones. I was going to do it like that.
Okay.
So that way it's some type of service going towards it. That was it for that.
Okay. So I wanted to get into your recent business ventures. That OnlyFans. What's on the OnlyFans?
They're only $13.99, right? Or $10.99.
Well, yeah. How much is your OnlyFans? When I tell you, she trying to do it all. She trying to do it all. What's the content on there? Give us what's up.
So my OnlyFans is $10.99.
Oh, $10.99.
Okay.
I knew it was
It's
something.
affordable.
But I don't think you're going to find on that OnlyFans is cooking recipes, because that's about it.
And see,
It's some feet. I post my feet here and there. For real, I post little feet.
I need to subscribe like ASAP.
Oh, you really have a foot fetish?
Why do you act like you don't? I have a real big foot fetish. I have a real big foot fetish. I want to touch your feet now, but
No.
How is the OnlyFans? Like, you make a profit off that?
I started my OnlyFans the last week of March. It was like March 27th, I believe.
Okay.
And I'm going to see how much I made
Let's
since
see.
March.
see, you don't have to sell yourself.
Let's see how much we made.
To make some bread. You can also put your talent on OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying?
My profile picture a little, it gets you.
You have to.
It's clickbait. It's my butt. It's a bartender pic. All right, but see, I posted feet, my feet.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
She got
so
something pretty for you. I wish we could do a close up on her feet.
so far,
oh shit!
I made $955 just selling my recipes and feet pics.
Oh my god!
All up, I'm gonna get
That's 2 bills. Shit! I'm about to get one.
So if y'all was thinking y'all was gonna see some coochie, you wasn't.
I'm about to have to throw some ass on mine.
Y'all can send me y'all videos and I can post it on there, but
no, but I need 5-10% of that.
But it's not gonna be yours.
Oh, what? But you say they can send you content. You gonna post it, right?
Yeah.
So I need my
What you need it for?
Cause I'm going to send you this ass. You about to sell me. I'm about to,
Whoa.
You gonna be my pimp.
We
You my pimp.
We don't want that.
You gonna be my pimp.
We don't
I'm
want
definitely
that.
clicking that out, putting her on Instagram so much she gonna show that ass.
No,
she's sending
please
that
don't do
ass.
that. Please don't do
Send
that.
that
Don't
ass.
do that. I don't like that.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's the only thing.
Okay, so what are your plans or like goals for the next 5 years? Where is the Sheeta Bomb? Whoa, Sheeta Bomb, little bomb.
So
Sheeta Bomb, little
for the
bomb.
The little ball.
big bomb, little bomb.
Little bomb.
Like no, in the next 5 years, I plan to move to Florida.
Okay.
That was really my goal for next year, but Lord Corona, she got set me back a little bit, just a little bit, but I'm gonna still go. So I want to move there. I want to have about 3 different salons,
Okay.
nail salons, like beauty bars, within the DMV area and in Florida.
Okay, that's lit.
And yes, I do want a little baby.
Yes, it's about
It's
time.
a
It's
But the thing is, I want 4
So,
babies.
4?
I want 4.
I never
Okay, so
expected that.
everybody say that, y'all. My family is small. My family is small.
She
I'm
was
the only
4.
child. My mom's the only child.
Oh, really?
Yes. And I'm like the odd one in the family because it's me. I'm 25.
Mm-hmm.
25. The next person that's old enough, he will be 29 this year. And the next one under than me, she just turned 19. So I don't have nobody in my little age bracket. So like everybody before me, they done having kids.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one under me, she better not have none soon. But it's like, they're counting on me, and my mom like, you gonna have one, you gonna be done. And I'm like, no, because look, when we all dead and gone, who gonna help keep the family going? Like, my family is so small. I want 4, and I want 3 boys and then a girl, because I feel like that girl.
Just do 5. Starting 5 for basketball, you know.
Yeah, because you want to be a soccer mom at this point.
Yeah,
give her a soccer
Who
mom.
said they was gonna be athletic? They probably be drug dealers and stuff.
Minute 5.
Bria, cut it out, not drug dealers.
She who said they was gonna be athletic? You talking about some soccer moms?
Oh my God, drug dealers.
You want to?
She said we in Bowie right now. She said it's too quiet. I need.
That's before I said, ooh, I said I need to hit a dirt bike.
Yeah.
Like it's quiet.
What part of Florida would you like to move to?
I want to be close to Miami, but when I was like looking at like properties and stuff there, I wasn't like getting a dead set in Miami. I was getting it like 30 or 45 minutes away like that. So like just Florida, like I want to be.
That shit lit. It's popping.
Hell yeah.
So what can we expect from you after this Rona shit died down? Like what you gonna dive into?
I won't be starting nothing new.
Please don't. Please
I'm
don't.
tired of supporting you.
Because I don't know. One day she want to do this, one day she like, I can't keep up.
Alright, so I don't plan on starting nothing new. The only thing I really plan on doing is getting my suite or storefront or whatever case may be. I think I want to start off with a suite and with my nail, let my clientele build up. But I really don't plan on being here so long. Like, I really plan on being gone by the end of next year.
Okay.
It was supposed to be the beginning.
You said a 3-bedroom apartment for me and Luke.
Exactly, like what?
It's like,
Ain't it expensive out there? You might need help.
I heard it's cheap.
It's cheap out Florida? Oh, shit.
That's why I said if you're not dead set in Miami, that's expensive. But I was getting places that wasn't. They was cheap. Like,
wow.
cheap.
Wow, okay.
They cheap down there. That's
all right. I need to be close to my baby.
I send you a postcard.
Oh, who you want to take moms with you? Like, you gonna go out there by yourself?
Everybody be asking that too. So like, people be like, "Why you want to go to Florida? They got hurricanes." And when I used to want to go to, I used to want to move to Cali, and they was like, "They got earthquakes." And my thing is like, I don't let people project their fear on me. Exactly, so you scared to move down there because of a hurricane? Like, how often do they really happen? Like, the big one, they happen often, but people live there, and some people do survive. Like, my thing is like, with me saying I don't hear no gunshots. I can walk outside my door and get shot. I should have that same fear of an earthquake or a hurricane. So it's like, my mom hasn't talked about moving. She was like, oh, I'll move with you. But if she don't, I'm not letting that keep me from doing what I want to do. Like, I'll just see her when I see her. But
so you would go by yourself? I wouldn't want you to do that.
I mean, so I had asked my best friends and stuff like that. But like I said,
category.
I'm dead.
It's okay.
But like, I watch a lot of
She didn't even
YouTube.
say yeah. She said I'm dead.
Yeah, like damn.
She said I'm dead.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of YouTube, and I was watching a lot of people, like, I be watching, like, how did I move to Florida, like, people talking about, and a lot of them was saying, no, I'm saying it because a lot of people was saying their first plan was to go with somebody, and that person couldn't pull through, and they pushed themselves back, and then next thing they realized, they still 2 years later ain't there because they waiting on somebody to go with them, and they finally was like, forget everybody, I'm gonna go. And then like, I've been the happiest I've ever been. Like, I done met new friends, and you hold yourself back because you want people to go with you. People can't go with you.
That's like the same thing with traveling. Like, you're supposed to go on a group vacation, and when it's time to pay up, niggas is just like, niggas is like, so I'm gonna go by myself.
Yeah.
Oh God. So my last question would be, what is the word that they describe you? That somebody would be like, yeah, that's her. The bomb, besides the bomb.
Yeah,
besides
the bomb.
I don't even know what the heck that means.
No,
but what does that mean? You look bomb. You look explosive.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You look good as fuck.
You look killing.
You look killing. You killing.
You look deadly.
Deadly. Oh God.
I'm gonna just stop saying that because what did that mean?
You made it up for yourself. Like, why you act like somebody just gave that to you? You said that. That was you. That was all you.
She the bomb.
So
what is that one word that is
real?
What does it mean? Real. Okay. Genuine.
Realbreed.com. Okay.
That's my baby.
Somebody go to that website.
That's my baby.
Hell yeah. Hey, all right, so before we end, do you have any shout outs you want to mention besides me and Luke, you know?
Them too. Everybody.
Mom,
Be all day.
Mama
for
shout
sure.
you out, Mom.
Real
Mom for sure, and family and friends and followers, I guess. I don't feel like making a list.
Yeah, this ain't the radio.
No.
Hell no, could you miss somebody like for real, bro? You ain't saying me.
Yeah, fuck it. Everybody.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
Alright, y'all. This just business interviews with SheTheBomb.com, aka Bria, aka she make everything.
She do everything.
Everything you want to do. She got the nails, she got the food, she got the modeling. What else she got?
Bartender.
Hair, bartending. She got a number of things.
Bria, that's ridiculous.
Okay.
She got 3 different names, 6 different
Businesses.
business. Yeah, like, well, it's okay. She the bomb.
Alright, y'all check her out. Shout out to Mook being the co-host already.
Cause this my baby.
That's his
I'm
baby.
saying.
That's her baby.